Hello, church family. I hope you are enjoying your summer and that it's gotten off to a good start. This might be one of the strangest summers we've experienced and had. And if you're like us, you might feel like your summer hasn't had much of a transition. Normally, what marks our summer is that our kids come back from school and they've been here. And so nothing's really changed. And then here we are and summer has started. I wanted to take this update to encourage you just to think about this transition into summer and to think about taking it in an intentional way. I think it would be easy, given all the things that have happened, just to let summer kind of roll on, and pretty soon it's going to be over and we're going to look back and say, wow, where'd my summer go? I wish I could have done this and this and this and gotten some things done. And we're going to realize that it sort of slipped by without us having any kind of purpose in it or getting some things done we really would have liked to. So I want to encourage you, as you think about the summer, to take some time to be intentional with where you want to go and what you want to do. And I want to suggest 4 things, 4 ways that we can do that. And the first one is just reflection. Take some time out, take a couple hours with the Lord, maybe a morning if you're able to, and reflect especially on this last 3 months. Reflect on the coronavirus quarantine period and think about some specific things about your life. If some of you have thought about this period in all kinds of different ways, but think about your own life, how you've operated, what God's been doing in you. Here's a few ways you could think about it. What's been life-giving and what's been draining? What have been hidden blessings in this time? How have I done with important relationships in my life? How have I done with important responsibilities in my life? How is my relationship with the Lord? How well have I used my time? And think about what are some things that you would want to change? What are 1 or 2 things you would want to change as you walk into the summer period? And then maybe as a part of that time you set aside or as a separate time, the second thing I would encourage you is to set some goals. Set some goals for your summer. Set some goals in your relationship with the Lord. They might involve reading plans or just an amount of time that you want to spend with the Lord or the actual time from this time to this time that I'm going to spend with Jesus. But set some intentional plans in that area. And then think about your mind. What's a goal I can set? Do I want to read something? Do I want to read a specific theme and maybe several books along those lines? Set some goals for how you want to engage your mind. Set some goals for your body too. What do I want to do exercise-wise? When this summer gets over, where do I want to be? And make some intentional plans along those lines. You might have other specific goals. There might be relationship goals. You want to spend an amount of time with different people. You might have some specific things, but set some goals in at least those areas. The third thing I want to encourage you is to think about your schedule. This has been an interesting period, this quarantine period for all of us. And some have described it as like waking up in the middle of the night and finding that someone's rearranged all the furniture in your house. And as you're making your way through the dark, you're just bumping into everything and we're just disoriented. Everything that we thought we knew is changed and it changed overnight. And some of us still feel pretty disoriented, which is fine. But I want to encourage you to think about how you can schedule your time so you get a little bit of a grip on the way things are, the way things are going to be, and you're able to make decisions about what's important and what you want to engage with and what you don't. Some of you, we've talked in the past about mental health, and mental health has been a struggle in this period, but some of us have had a hard time drawing some boundaries with our work. And so we have work and relationships and fun, and we're pretty much just kind of, because there's not as much structure, we're working from home, we just sort of do whatever we bump into at the time. And what happens though is internally our mental health starts to suffer. And so I want to encourage you, think about this summer. How can you arrange your schedule? How can you think through a schedule so that you thrive? This will include or may include like intentionally spending time with God, important relationships, regular work schedule, regular times to connect with people. But think about those things. Think about what is going to allow for you to thrive and go in that direction and make a schedule. Fourth, planning some special times. One of the things we've lost this summer, you might normally have a vacation and it's not going to happen. Special things that normally happen in the summer might be gone. So plan some in there. They can be regular things that happen in the week. They can be special things. Now we have opportunities to go to the beach, to go for a hike. Think about what you are able to do given your own health concerns, and make some plans to do some really fun things. Make some plans to do some weekly things that are engaging for you. Our family we're having a movie night. We have a Black History theme. And so we're going to watch Black History movies together. And it's a good way for us to engage with what's going on around us, and also gives us some things to look forward to as a family. Think about things you can do along those lines. Plan some game nights. Plan a book club for people in the church. Think about some things that will be energizing for you and give you joy as you think about this summer. So those are the 4 things I want you to consider, church. And if you have some kids, if you have a family, and your kids are of an age where they can participate in this kind of planning and setting goals for themselves, help them set goals for themselves. Let them be a part of this. And as a church this summer, we are making some transition as well. We're hoping in the near future to be able to reopen church. We're, again, not rushing that. We don't have any dates to announce, but we're moving slowly in that direction. We're also planning a limited summer ministry program that's going to get started actually this week. And it'll involve kids and teens coming in limited numbers in the afternoons to the backyard of the Nehemiah House, having some times, especially with some of our Nehemiah House interns that are going to be helping to staff that. And if any of you out there want to participate in some way, please feel free to get in contact with us. But we're excited about some of those things that we'll be doing in lieu of things like VBS that we used to do. And church, so as I bring this to a close, I want to remind us, as we entered this coronavirus period, I encouraged us all to seek the Lord. Pay attention to what God's doing in your life. And now this is extended on. This transition into a summer is a chance for us to re-engage with that, to really seek the Lord, to pay attention to what He's doing in our lives, and to make deliberate choices about how we're going to pursue those things. So take that opportunity, church. And church, we love you. Can't wait to be able to be in fellowship again. And I'm excited for what God has for us this summer. God bless you all.